Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Shai Bashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video. It's going to pretty much be a various topics video, but I'll give you a title, three titles, or three categories of this, three different videos in one, whatever, however you want to say it. Anyway, the first is going to be if our gospel be hid, the Great American Eclipse, and this world will suffer fire, or something to that effect. I might change it. I might condense it, or cut it down a little bit, or whatever. So, if our gospel be hid, the Great American Eclipse, or the Great American, the Great American Coming Eclipse, which is a major sign, as Genesis 1 verse 14 says. And flames and fire, or the end of this world will come by flames and fire. But like I said, I'll mess with, I'll see what I could do. Anyway, this is a video I was watching last night, and this is the infamous San Miguel TV, and this woman right here, she was the stepdaughter of Rob Bond. Y'all don't know Rob Bond. Rob Bond goes way back, the One West days. He even passed the camp on 34th Street. So this had to be somewhere around 2017, I would think, 2018 maybe, because we stopped going. We stopped going to 34th Street in 2018. And he was walking by, and he kind of looked at me, looked at the camp, and he kind of stopped. And I gave him a hand gesture. He can go, and he walked through. He didn't say nothing to me, but he looked at me. So I remember him. He was one of the apostles. I don't know if he's still a part of the school or what rank he has. But, this is his stepdaughter. And I believe her mother is still, and she's on the comment board, her mother still believes, because what they're teaching at the ICGJC is that Tazadak Yah is coming back. He's coming back as the great God. I might not meet you as a man type of thing, and they believe that. That's what happens when you're in a cult. You don't think for yourself. See, here at GMS, the men in GMS are thinkers. If we say something, crazy, they're gonna say no, you're going off. That's how they were raised up, to question everything, be like the Church of Berea. So anyway, so this part of the video, the first title is if our gospel be hid. Now you're going to hit, I'm at 39 minutes and 28 seconds in, but the point is going to come up in around 42 minutes in, to show you that, I believe this demon right here, he was a Roman Catholic. Now she looks like one of the Latin tribes, but I believe she could be you got Judah, you got the Kingdom of Judah that look like more Spanish. So she, first glance, she's Dominican, Puerto Rican, or whatever, Venezuelan, Colombian, whatever. And he's a Simeonite, and I believe he said he was a Roman Catholic before he got into Israel. And the Latin tribes, they heavy into Roman Catholicism. And why is that? because their conquerors were the conquistadors, which were Roman Catholics. In America, Jake or either Baptist, Methodist, whatever, because their masters were Baptist, Methodist, Jehovah's Witness, whatever. Whether Jehovah's Witnesses was around back during the time of slavery, but mostly most Jakes that you deal with, especially from the South and in this country, are usually Baptist or Methodist, or some form of Americanized Christianity, because they're following what the slave master gave them. Latin tribes, Roman Catholic, diehard Roman Catholics, and because you go to Africa, the two biggest prominent religions in Africa is Islam, number one, and Christianity is a close second. I believe the percentage-wise, I believe a little bit more than 50 some odd percent, 50 plus percent. Let's say 55% of the continent of Africa is Islam, the religion of Islam. Let's say the other 45% would be Christianity, whether it be Roman Catholicism or any brand of Christianity. And why is that? Because what two nations conquered parts of Africa in a big way? The Arab nations. The Arabs believe in the religion of Islam, so your slaves have to be what you want them to be. If you're a slave master and you're a Mohammedan or Islamic, then your servants, your slaves are going to be Islamic too. So, the continent of Africa is all messed up, Bishop Nate going over there and trying to wake them up. You're not going to wake them up. You're going to wake up a handful, meaning, if you wake up 100 of them, you good. Ain't nothing happening out there in Africa. That's not where the focus should be. The focus should be on the Israelites in America. That's where the elect. But you're going to have elect out there too, in other countries. But the main focus is America. If you were to go to IUIC Africa, which I may even do that. You know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. I'll come back. I'll probably do it later in this video or another video. Nothing, and all these different countries that the IUIC, I'm not totally knocking them because they are teaching that they're Israelites, which is a good thing. But nothing's panning out there in Africa. You got a handful of people here, a couple hundred people there. Nothing's really panning out because the focus is supposed to be here in America. Now, you guys did a church blitz. What happened? You abandoned that whole church blitz thing because your thing is 12 tribes worldwide, and you got to reach every Israelite on the planet. You're going to have Israelites that look just like Edomites and other nations. So you're going to have to guess, well, these people are Israelites. You can see the way they walk or whatever. They're in Japan. They got a Negro in Japan speaking fluent Japanese at IUIC. Matter of fact, let's have a little fun with this here. See, we're in America talking to Jakes that speak and understand English, and they still can't get it. So what makes you think, wait a minute. Let me see. Okay, let me come to this one.
America. Who are they going to draw into this war?
Anyway, let me put in what did I say I was going to put in? IUIC Japan Japon Japan Okay, IUIC Japan. Wait a minute. Let's do this. 217 videos. Let me see. I joined April of 2022. So that's two years. A couple more months would be 2 years. So that's a little bit more than 100 videos a year, which is 50 videos in 6 months, 25 videos in 3 months. Just bear with me. Okay, all the videos. Okay, bear with me for a minute. See, nothing's really panning out. Okay, let me see this. Okay, this is a bunch of shorts. 2 minutes here, 1 minute there.
Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ bless. Soldier Timothy, IUIC Japan, 1412. There is a way which seems right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
How
Further
do you
look
say
into
Christ
the
in
way,
Japanese?
the truth, and the life. So, what is the way? Let's go to.
Okay, as you can see, 2 months ago, only 81 views. Give me a second. Let me bring this back. Bear with me for a minute.
Yo, we go the distance, across the waters, teach our way. Yeah, this is redemption. This is a mission. Yeah, this is redemption.
Hey, Shalom, this is Soldier Jonah.
Soldier Timothy.
We're out here in Namba, Osaka, Japan. We're out here looking for you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of the lost 12 tribes. Well, yeah.
He goes to Japan. Hey, y'all guys are crazy. Y'all guys are crazy. Well, I'm trying to find one with Bishop Nathaniel. Nine months, 32 views. Ain't nothing panning out. I think this guy actually speaks Japanese. I'm gonna crack up if he speaks fluent Japanese.
Okay, I spent 2 weeks testing the bearskin hoodie. And this bearskin hoodie, it blocks wind and cold like a...
シャローム。これは IYC Japan。私はヨーナ兵士。今から話したいのは、イスラエル人は私たちの黒人、ヒスパニック、ネイティブアメリカは、実は本当の Easy origin で。
This Negro can speak perfect Japanese. I know a little Japanese. This dude is speaking this Negro speaking fluent Japanese. Where's it? How do you say Christ in Japanese?
IYC ジャパン、私はヨナ兵士。今から話したいのは、イスラエル人は私たちの黒人、ヒスパニック、ネイティブアメリカは、実は本当のイスラエル人であるんです。そして、たくさんの私の授業を見てて、どんな聖書を使ったらいいですか？その問題がちょっと今から説明します。で、私たちは英語の使っている聖書は
This Negro speaking perfect This is fluent Japanese. This is not high school Japanese. Okay, you got 100 a year ago, 130. The focus is America, man. Anyway, I'm sorry. So let me come over here. Okay, so the first part of the title is "If Our Gospel Be Hid." So I mentioned if you like I mentioned Christianity. Everybody's pretty much the world is either Christian or Islam, the two prominent religions, right? There's how many billions of people that worship Islam, how many billions of people that worship different franchises of Christianity. But that's pretty much what people follow, Islam or Christianity. Because they were the two great conquerors. Okay? So, anyway, so I take it that, well, she came into this through her mother, which I guess her mother was some form of Christianity. He was definitely a Roman Catholic. So he's going to make a statement. He's going to mention GMS and Sakari concerning reincarnation, and she's going to roll her eyes. I'm not mad at her, you know. She's going to roll her eyes about it, and he's going to kind of have an attitude, like kind of shake your head type attitude, because they're going to mention that one of the good things that the ICGJC did was they got rid of certain of those Hebrew Israelite belief systems. Not all of them, but he mentioned reincarnation. And like I said, she rolls her eyes. He got a little attitude of it because they're gonna compare their measuring stick to them coming into Israel. Mainly him is Christianity, is Roman Catholicism, because he came in as a Roman Catholicism coming into this Hebrew Israelite thing. So everything he sees and learns, he takes notes, you know, on a pad. He's gonna measure it up with Roman Catholicism. So, and that shows you, and we didn't know this, Tazadakia, the so-called God-sent comforter, he said that the Mary never had sex with Joseph. She never had sex, period. She never had children. She had one child, which is the Messiah, and the brothers and sisters were really cousins. So that's Roman Catholic. What else? What else did they did away with the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. What other things? Oh, hell. They said that there's a hell, and that's the hell demon. The hell demon. The hell doctrine demon. That's a new thing that you had Comfy teaching about hell. You had GOC teaching about hell. Now you got the IUIC teaching about hell, which is a Catholic Christian doctrine. But now this guy's an atheist. They done messed his brain. They scrambled his brains up so much he don't know what to believe. So anyway, let's go ahead and listen.
Own psychological issues, because I don't think that we as people, as human species, we weren't really quite ready for where we're at with technology, you know. So we're logically cope and deal with everything, all this mass information and just instant gratification. That's anything you want to see on your phone, just boom, in 15 seconds. And people have short attention spans now. All you see is like everybody wants to watch shorts now. Nobody wants to sit down and watch a long video like this, unless this. I knew this was going to be great. So appreciate everybody for coming through. And Wanda, appreciate you for coming through.
That's my mom.
She not break, I don't know if she's
That's my mom.
breaking.
Right, right. It says, let me see if I can find Wanda. All right, where's Wanda at? Where the hell? If you scroll down, you'll see it. See the name there. She's this woman's mom's that came into the ICGJC, and she's still a part of it. So she's kind of saying, my daughter's a liar, and that's not true. So she's under that spell. But they went back to the spell of Christianity, Roman Catholicism.
The rule coming on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, is she breaking? Yes, your mom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's breaking a rule coming in here right now, or she's not in?
Probably.
She's not in the call? Okay, so welcome. I welcome you, and everybody, please, take it easy on her. Because there's
take it easy.
I know people are gonna respond. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of anger, and justly, towards Tazadakia, and sometimes it gets.
Okay, this is Wanda Jackson. This is her mother. One must be taught again. So she's still a part of it, even though the so-called God-sent comforter has gone on to glory, and he's not burning in hell. He's in the spiritual realm. He's waiting for a new body. He's going to come back in Israel. Then he's going to be good. He's not going to burn in hell. Don't listen to IUIC. They're going off. Roman Catholic.
Aimed at whoever represents this place right now, because Tazdak is dead. And, he still comes up because of people like, that are still in the cult. They keep him alive. So he's still kind of out there alive, and we still have to mention him and speak about everything that, he did wrong. So, yeah, it's relevant. Right now, we're talking about your life coming up from 9 years old, coming into this place, 1999 or something like that, I think you said, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, 12 years old. This is it sounds like around the time when, in 2003, when Tazadakia started kind of putting his grip on the church. He came out as the comforter. He was changing the tithes to the 20%. He changed the doctrine of Yahweh being Jesus Christ now. He changed the everything, the salute, the order. It became more, definitely you saw the grip being put on. The cult manipulation got way stronger.
Way strong.
Yeah, and he was trying to separate himself or the congregation, the cult, from the other Black Hebrew Israelite or Hebrew Israelite cults or groups that kind of all sounded the same anyways. And it was a very manipulative and intelligent, I'll say, way to separate it. Because I think for some, just to kind of give him some credit for kind of getting more in line with what the scripture says, I think, and it was like, man, I look at it now and I'm like, he was actually kind of, breaking stuff down accurately. Whereas like I look at,
okay, so listen to this. He come to find out he started breaking things down accurately. He's saying that he's using the measuring stick of Roman Catholicism, because Roman Catholicism don't teach reincarnation. They teach hell, but they don't teach reincarnation. No Christian organization teaches reincarnation. Not one. So here's Wanda Jackson. She's under heavy cult influence. It said Christ will fix this and the people. Wait a minute. I heard this name before. Okay, Wanda Jackson. by unbelievers, Christ will fix this and the people. So they calling on Christ. They not Yahweh Shai. Hey, when somebody in Israel, a former one Western, no longer uses the name Yahweh Shai, and uses the name Most High and Christ bless or Christ, that's not kosher. That's not correct. You're going off. Maybe you got money for it. Maybe you did a backdoor deal. Because if I was in the school and High Priest Ariel said, look, we're not going to use the name Yahweh Shai, we're going to call him Christ, I'm out of there. Well, first of all, I would get into an argument. They'll probably kick me out. They'll kick me out before I leave. But that school is a shambles, which is a meat market of various different meats.
What Sakari or GMS or these other groups teach, and they'll say like Jesus Christ is a reincarnation of
the famous
Sakari or
GMS.
taking stuff down accurately.
And now it's
like,
beautiful. I'm glad.
Kinda,
I'm glad. Hold. Wait a minute. Hold. I'm glad he mentioned GMS and Sakari, because Sakari stemmed from GMS. The leader of Sakari, leadership of Sakari started with GMS. So they teach they teach reincarnation. Where did they get it from? The GMS. But if you notice, he mentioned GMS and Sakari. He didn't mention IUIC. He didn't mention ISUPK, which ISUPK teaches reincarnation. IUIC teaches reincarnation. What other major? I'm talking about the major groups. But he mentioned GMS, and then when he said Shikari, pretty much that's GMS. Okay, they going on doing their thing. That which means what? Why did he mention GMS and not IUIC and ISUBK? Because we do a lot of videos covering reincarnation. You got to always put that reincarnation video up. Back to the basics, reincarnation, because people forget. So let me bring it back a little bit more. Okay.
12 years old. This is around it sounds like around the time when in 03 when Tazadakia started kind of putting his grip on the church. He came out as the comforter. He was changing the tithes to the 20%. He changed the doctrine of Yahweh being Jesus Christ now. He changed the everything, the salute, the order. It became more, definitely you saw the grip being put on. The cult manipulation got way stronger.
Way strong.
Yeah, and he was trying to separate himself or the congregation, the cult, from the other Black Hebrew Israelite or Hebrew Israelite cults or groups that kind of all sounded the same anyways. And it was a very manipulative and intelligent, I'll say, way to separate it. Because I think for some, just to kind of give him some credit for kind of getting more in line with what the scripture says, I think.
What the Roman Catholics say, according to the scriptures. Did you hear that? That means he's under that Roman Catholic spell. He says he's an atheist, but he's really under Roman Catholic spell. Because he said in line with the scriptures, meaning the way the Roman Catholics teach it. Let me bring it back again. See, we're analyzing things.
Very manipulative and intelligent, I'll say, way to separate it. Because I think for some, just to kind of give him some credit for kind of getting more in line with what the scripture says.
Getting more in line as to what the Roman Catholics, the way they teach scripture. That's what he's saying. Because like I said, when he came in, the measuring stick that he had was Roman Catholicism. If he is a Roman Catholic or Pentecostal or whatever. Most Latin tribes are Roman Catholic.
I think, and it was like, man, I look at it now and I'm like, he was actually kind of, breaking stuff down accurately, whereas like...
Accurately according to what? According to your Roman Catholic mind. You're nothing but a Roman Catholic that's trying to convince yourself that God doesn't exist. You reverted back to being a Roman Catholic. Yeah, I'm a Roman Catholic. I just don't believe in God.
Like I look at what Sakari or GMS or these other groups teach, and they'll say like Jesus Christ is a reincarnation of King Solomon or Adam or something like that, and it's like that was literally a teaching.
And you see her, she got mad. I'm not getting on her. You know, she came in when she was 9. I'm not getting on her. See how her eyes roll? Like, oh, this is ridiculous. Because like I said, the measuring stick that they use to measure this whole Israelite thing is Roman Catholicism or Christianity. And he said that did you heard that what he said, that Comfy is more in line with the scriptures say? No. If you understand, and you've been in here for a couple of years, so you should know that reincarnation is biblical. That the Messiah is the Messiah in a previous life was Adam, Isaac, Melchizedek, Solomon. Everything's reincarnated. And vocab can't get it because vocab, first of all, vocab is an Edomite demon.
Back then, and Tazadakia cleaned that up, and now they started looking more Christian and more appealing. And he even told us one time, as brothers that go out, you know, leading the camps and doing unit work, he said, "I better not hear any of y'all sounding like the KKK." So he was trying to focus more on bringing in people through Jesus Christ and through the love, but this.
Yeah, because he was being paid off by, as Kazak said, the Rosicrucians, which are number wicked Roman Catholics.
This place has now turned into the kind of like the joke of the Hebrew Israelite community, and they fell from grace. The doors were closed for a while. I hear now they're just doing, I mean, maybe they changed it, but they were doing live classes through some type of feed for a while. And where are they now? I mean, they seem pretty like I didn't even want to respond to what some of these cats were saying because they don't even deserve a response for every little thing. It's like I'm not even at that level anymore. I don't even really pay attention. I don't care. I forgot about them, and I'm living my life. That's what we're
Same.
at. Yeah, but
Same.
there was a time.
Yeah.
There was a time when this was my life, and I could not imagine myself being out of it until just over the years, little things here and there started making me feel like I don't even want to be here anymore. You know,
Exactly.
Because he was under that demonic spell of the ICGJC. The ICGJC is gone. It's a little church, insignificant. High Priest Ariel, High Priest Shaw, they're not even important anymore. They're up in age. You know, you got a bunch of young guys that don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, that's just a little bitty church, a little insignificant church with a bunch of zombies up in there. All right.
And did you start feeling like that? What was these? I know I know it's not just one thing, or maybe maybe it is, but I you know there might be one final straw. But to me, it was like a process over time. What were you going through?
Look at this. Indefinitely. Yo Tazaducky said anything, and we went along with it. Does that remind you of another group? Does that remind you of another group? The leader, there's no leadership in the ICGJC. There's just a leader and a bunch of followers. High Priest Ariel became a follower. High Priest Shaw became a follower. They gave him a little leadership. You got leadership position, but there's only one leader, and the rest are basically followers. Yo Tazaducky said anything, and we went along with it. Does any other major Israelite group come to mind? They wing it, and the people just follow it. They get the notebook out, write it down, memorize it, and regurgitate it.
Like, besides, of course, you definitely were feeling some type of way when they were trying to damn groom you and prepare you as a child bride. Is really what you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. See, this is the part.
Ancient world, you had child brides. You had child brides. They got them when they were they went they went from childhood to womanhood or manhood, which is puberty, which is about 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. So that was the norm back in the ancient world. See, you people in the modern world, you say, I can't, no, we can't. This is weird, because you're not from that world. Well, you were in another life, reincarnation. Her being put out definitely is not going to hurt her. It will open her eyes.
This is the part they get upset with me, and I could give a damn. Y'all know I don't care because I'm gonna just tell it. See, my experience from two things that made me say this is not what they're saying it is. One, y'all knew the apostles, okay? Y'all knew the ones that come out at the quote unquote high holy days in all their glory and glamour, and it's all perfect, and we crying and they playing the ram's horn and all of that. Y'all knew that. I saw these people behind the scenes, and something in my ear started saying the life the lives these people are living behind the scenes is not lining up with this book. Y'all getting up here on Sabbath service saying one thing, saying how brothers supposed to be acting and husbands love your wives, but why are we going home and we don't have water or heat for a whole summer?
Right.
Why am I using gallons of water to flush my toilet? And you're leading the whole church, and I'm pregnant.
Wow.
In this summertime, why are we getting fleas in our house and you dip out and you come back but you getting up here on Saturday and you telling these brothers they need to take care of their household? It's not adding up. I'm confused. And so I started to see, and don't get me started on Jermaine.
Right.
And the way he used to pit brothers against each other and then say the Lord told him or God gave him some spiritual breakdown. No, you just manipulated that information out. That brother who was so afraid of you, he'll piss himself if he walk in the room and you say hello to him and you got that information out of him and then you used it to manipulate the next brother and then said, God gave it to you, wait.
Yeah, he was trained. He was developed. In my Anthony J. Hilda voice. Tazadaki was developed. Bishop Nathaniel was developed. They were trained to teach this way. They were trained by these nefarious people behind the scenes. Anyway, what did I say I was going to do? Oh, let me go here. The Great American Eclipse will cross over 7 locations called Nineveh. Nineveh, one of the spiritual names of America, is Nineveh, on April 8th of this year, 2024, hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So I was listening to some of this. I'll let y'all listen to. I haven't listened to the whole thing. This was just put up like an hour ago. And that's a sign. That's a major sign. That's a major sign. Let me do something here. Let me pull this over here. Okay, 2024 total eclipse. By the way, this is I believe it's a solar eclipse. Yep, solar eclipse. There's a difference between the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. And this is it right here. Solar eclipse, NASA, April 8th of this year. It's going to cover 7 states. You got Texas, New York, unless you're like near Buffalo, Canada area, you can see it. New York, tri-state area, you're not going to be able to see it. So they're saying it's 7 states. Bear with me for a minute. And that's a major sign pursuant to Genesis 1 verse 14. See, we don't become disenchanted because we see everything that's in the scriptures. We see it coming to pass. We're seeing all these prophecies coming to pass. Not lunar, but a solar eclipse is a major sign. It said the path of the eclipse continues from Mexico, entering. Matter of fact, let me see something. Bring it on back. That's Mexico. So you'll be able to see the eclipse in certain parts of Mexico, in Texas, all the way up. This is near Chicago, depending on where you at. You got Kentucky over there. Here it is. It says the path of the eclipse continue from Mexico, entering the United States in Texas, and traveling through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, India, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, and upper, like northern New York. So you're not going to see it if you're in, like this is like New York City, Long Island. We're not going to be able to see it. But if you're closer to Canada, Buffalo area, they'll be able to see it. It says New Hampshire and Maine, small parts of Tennessee and Michigan will also experience the total solar eclipse. The eclipse will enter Canada in southern Ontario and continue through Quebec, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Cape Breton. The eclipse will exit continental North America on the Atlantic coast of Newfoundland, Canada at 5:16 p.m. And then you got a video right here. This is I guess this is a NASA's official YouTube page. Everybody and their mama got a YouTube channel. All the major TV stations, they got a YouTube page. And if you go to the history of like NBC, CBS, HBO, whatever, Showtime, these major, they all set up their accounts in 2006, 2007. YouTube came about in 2005. Okay, so let me see. All right, so let me come back over here. I'll let you listen to a little bit of it.
Pretty much, all right, the eclipse that is coming, I believe, April the 8th of this year, all right, they're going to ultimately X out, you know, Babylon the Great in a sense of the directions in which it will be going, all right? To give you an example of what we're talking about, let's bring it up. All right, this is an article on it. X marks the spot, okay? 2 total solar eclipses in 7 years. And we know the number 7 symbolizes completion, right? And as you can see,
let me stop it. X marks the spot. 2 total solar eclipses in 7 years. This is the one that's coming. It says the path of, let me make this a little bit more clearer. The path of the 2017 and 2024 eclipses and where they will cross. So this here took place in 2017. They didn't make too much of a big deal out of it. It completely crossed America. That's a cross right there. And that's a major sign. When our Lord was on the cross, there was a major sign. There was darkness for 3 hours from, what is it, the 6th hour to the 9th hour? From 12 noon, high noon, to 3 p.m. There was darkness across that region of land for 3 hours. That was a sign. And this is for you at IUIC. A new moon is when the moon is dark, not when the moon is full. Because when the lunar eclipse took place, when Yahushua was on the cross for 3 hours, that was a lunar eclipse. lunar eclipse only occur at full moons. They had just finished eating the Passover meal the night before. So that's a proof that the new moon is not the full moon. So if you believe that if your name is not blotted out of the book of life, you're going to go burn in hell forever. Well, guess what, Bishop Nate? You and the IUIC, you're going to all go in you're going in a fire. You're going to burn forever. You're going to burn forever. A trillion years is nothing. So we are here as the defenders of the gospel. Let me let you listen to a little bit more.
August of 2017, all right?
I'm sorry. I said this before. I'm going to say it again. The ones of you that fall off is because you lack faith, because you don't, like your thing is, I've been in this thing for 10 years and I ain't seen nothing. Well, I've been this thing going on 40 years and I've seen everything. Everything that I see, first thing I do, I put on the news. I put on certain news channels, the financial channels, maybe CNN, maybe MSNBC or whatever, local news. Watch different videos from these preppers and stuff like that. And everything that I see is all filtered through the scriptures. See, you couldn't see it because you didn't filter everything through the scriptures. And you ain't looking for nothing. This is why you fell off, because you were called, but you were not chosen.
You can see the direction, in which these eclipses went. All right, you can see April the 8th of 2024. Okay, the direction that eclipse is going to go. All right, and it makes an X, on the region of Babylon the Great. All right, which we know, according to the Holy Scriptures, that's the Heavenly Father's determination, is to destroy this place. All right, and you can look up more on it. I didn't want to go too much into it, but basically this X, all right, we know in spirit symbolizes that the Heavenly Father, all right, is going to X this place out, and we're just about at the very end of it now. Make sure you subscribe to this brother's video, all right, this page, and watch this video, because I'm just going to tap into some of the points.
I just realized something. 2017 and 2024. How many years is that? 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 7 years. 7 means completion. From 2017 to 2024, that's 7 years. 7 means completion.
Were made, and pretty much it's going to be some of the same points, but the Spirit hopped on me to as well go into it. Now, when you look up the article in which the priest is going into, it's on a website called End of the American Dream. All right, on April the 8th, the Great American Eclipse of 2024, all right, which is going to complete that X.
Oh, another 7. Wait a minute. From 2017 to 2024 is 7 years, and it will cross over 7 U.S. locations. Name Nineveh. Read about Nineveh in Nahum chapter 3. That they were going to be destroyed, and the Most High set up the prophet to condemn this place. Now you got the story of Jonah, you got the story of other prophets. Every time a society went down, they always sent the prophets. And prophets are here right now. We are the prophets, and we continue with this thing. The argument is not about we are the Israelites. That's part of it. The main thing is we are the prophets. Okay, y'all are Israelites. We are the prophets. We want to see the prophets. So we have to be who's teaching the way we're teaching. When I say we, I'm talking about the former One Westers. That includes the ISUPK and the IUIC and the Sakari and the GMS and the rest of them, because you are teaching. You got the 12 tribe sign out there. You're teaching them that the Israelites. That's a good thing. But you got to teach them the whole truth.
All right, when you look at the direction in which it flows through the country of Babylon, America will cross over 7 U.S. locations named Nineveh. All right, now, if you don't know anything about Nineveh, all right, in short, all right, it's in the region of Iraq, all right, which is the region of ancient, all right, Babel, all right, ancient Babylon. All right, this is why a lot of people, when they think they believe the Bible and understand, they say, well, Babylon the Great is in, the region of Iraq, which the physical landmass of ancient Babel, all right, or the Neo-Babylonian Empire was in the region of Iraq. But Babylon the Great, which is a spiritual Babylon, all right, is in America, all right, and it's a future, all right, captivity of the Israelites, and that will be the last stronghold of the heathen nations, which that will be ran by the biblical Edomites, which when you go into the scriptures, all right, they are likened unto Assyrians when you go into prophecy. The Lord has deeply coded this book, and only the elect can go into it and get understanding.
Right. They're known as Babylon. Another name for Babylon is Nineveh, Tyrus, the king of Tyrus, Assyria, Egypt, Sodom, Edom, the land of Edom in Isaiah 34.
All right, because Nineveh, all right, as you can see here, was the flourishing capital of the Assyrian Empire. All right, the Assyrian Empire, which we know the northern kingdom went into the Assyrian Empire. Okay, the southern kingdom eventually went into the Babylonian Empire. But Nineveh, all right, which was established by, all right, a character in the scriptures by the name of Nimrod, who was an actual person, all right, him and a group of individuals, after the flood, all right, which were they were the sons of Ham through Cush, Cushites, which today are the Ethiopians. That was the first major empire to flourish after the flood, all right, and we can go to Genesis, the 10th and 11th chapter, and we always go into that, all right. All right, as a matter of fact, as you can read here, Nineveh was a flourishing capital of the Assyrian Empire and was the home of King Sennacherib, okay, which we got a great victory over during the time of Hezekiah, king, all right, king of Assyria during the biblical reign of King Hezekiah. Now, what is a capital? Okay, Nineveh was the capital of the Assyrian Empire, right? What is a capital city? Okay, a capital city, all right, or just capital, is a municipality holding primary status in a country, state, province, department, all right, or other subnational division. Usually it is the seat of government. Now, when you look at the beast system that we're currently living under, we know that America would act as the capital of it, all right, because you have Babylon the Great, which is America, but then you also have, all right, the beast system, all right, which goes into NATO. Then you have the 10 horns, which goes into the EU. See? And pretty much the power structure, all right, is headed by Babylon the Great. So Babylon the Great in spirit would be the capital, all right, of this beast system that we're living under. All right, and when you go into the scriptures, okay, Nineveh was the capital of the Assyrian Empire. Okay, and when you go to the book of Nahum, okay, now, if you remember the book of Jonah, all right, he prophesied the downfall of Nineveh, right? But it didn't happen, all right, to, maybe some 100 years later, and that was at the time of Nahum, okay? Nahum, which, I have some things here, all right, you can look it up, but, Nahum, the book of Nahum, which we'll get into, okay, and as you go to it, all right, the subject of this prophecy
Yeah, I mentioned Nahum 3. That's the main chapter. You read the whole book of Nahum, read the whole book of Jonah. But Nahum goes into detail um, in the book of Nahum, chapter 3, the bloody city. And that it sounds like, America. So this is Nineveh. This is also known as Nineveh, Babylon, Nineveh, Assyria, Sodom, Gomorrah, spiritually called Sodom and Gomorrah, and Egypt, Sodom and Egypt. I'm sorry, Sodom and Egypt. But anyway, you can watch the rest of this. Very good video. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Okay, let me give you a couple of precepts. I put a list. I've been putting a bunch of lists together, which I try to go into like on the street. If we don't have the spirit ain't on us, I'll go right into a list. I'll hit maybe the first precept of that list or the second, but the spirit will lead us into other precepts. So I'm going to go through this list. I got a bunch of precepts here. I'm just going to hit a couple of them. Let me see something. I got well over 50 precepts dealing with flame or fire. And most of these precepts, I look at them and you read it in your mind. You just hear the precept. Like let me go to Revelation 14. Revelation 14 and 8. We should be all familiar with that. Revelation 14, chapter 8. I may even read it in the NLT. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, and the great city, which we know it's America, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Fornication meaning her way of life, and part of it is the alphabet community, adultery. There's no laws. You don't get locked up for committing adultery. You don't get put to death. You don't get shot. You don't get a ticket. You get an adultery. A man and woman get together and one commit adultery. Actually, it's the woman that's guilty of it, not the man, unless he lays with a woman that's married to another man. Nobody gets. Look, you got these different court shows. There's never a case where this is an adultery thing. Well, then again, they have the divorce court, and they do bring up adultery, but they don't even understand it because the woman said, "I want to divorce him because he was dealing with my next door neighbor," and the judge, which is a woman judge, is going to say, "You see, you shouldn't have did that." But if they go into the Bible, they'll say, "Well, we're not living in them times," but yet you go to church and open up the Bible. See, the majority of our people, they need some fire on their asses, man. Quick. It says, and the third angel followed them. Matter of fact, let me go to the NLT real quick. And another angel followed through the skies, shouting, Babylon is fallen, the great city is fallen, because she made all nations of the world drink. She corrupted the nations. The wine of her passionate immorality. I like that word, passionate immorality. Adultery is immoral. Man with a man is immoral. Woman with a woman is immoral. Changing your plumbing is immoral. There's a lot of immoral things. So that fornication that she gave to the world was immorality. It has nothing to do with the charagma, but the charagma is against the law. In other words, it's a technical thing. Because Ghana, I believe it was Ghana, that didn't accept the fact that they had to pass laws to protect alphabet people, but they are going to accept the charagma. So when you go to Revelation 17 and 4, Bishop Nathaniel's off on that. He's equating Revelation 17 and 4 with Revelation 13 and 16. He just found that up, and the people, them zombies, just went with it. Oh wow, that makes all the sense in the world. It says, then the third angel followed, shadowing anyone who worshipped the beast and his statue, or who accept his mark in the forehead or on the hand. And you notice it didn't say right hand; it said forehead or hand. It could be right hand or left hand. In Europe, it's left hand. And the mark, if Bishop Nathaniel actually said, let's click on the word mark and let's see what the word means, he would find out that the word there is charagma. Charagma is a physical thing that you chisel into somebody. That's why in Acts, I believe it's Acts 19, if I'm not mistaken, the Apostle Paul uses that term. So we know that the word mark here, charagma, is something physically that's going to be put inside of you. See, it says they're going to suffer tormented with fire and burning sulfur in the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb. So if there is a hell, guess what? Yahweh's got to be there. Yahweh Shai's got to be there, and all the angels got to be there, and they got to be there for trillions and trillions of years watching you burn. According to the scripture, read it in the King James. So what is this talking about? The fire and burning sulfur is talking about when the missiles hit this place, when the lasers hit this place. Let me give you one more precept, then I'll close. Isaiah 66, I normally go to 15. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. Isaiah, let me leave it in NLT. Isaiah 66:15. Isaiah 66:15. See, the Lord is coming with fire, and his swift chariots, which are the UFOs, as they call it, roar like a whirlwind. He will bring punishment with the fury of his anger and the flaming fire of his hot rebuke. I like that. The Yahweh will punish the world by fire, and by his sword he will judge the earth, and many will be killed by him. So all this stuff about the Lord love everybody. Well, why is he going to kill everybody? 24th verse. Jump down to 24th verse. And as they go out, they will see the dead bodies of those who have rebelled against me, for the worms that devoured them will never die, and the fire that burns them will never go out. All who pass by will view them with utter horror. And what comes to mind? Revelation chapter 18. Let me go to the King James. Then I'm gonna close. I got 50 precepts lined up. I may hit them this weekend. Most High will. Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai Ratazah. Isaiah 66:24. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worms shall not die. That means they're going to be nothing but die. The only thing that's going to be living are the parasites. That's why your body decomposes. Your body decomposes because of the parasites in you, because your immune system shuts down. Neither shall their fire be quenched What fire? The fire that's the missiles that's going to hit this place, which is going to look like the lake of fire. And what it means by not be quenched, you're not going to be able to put it out. It's going to have to go out on its own. So this is not talking about some spiritual hell. And they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh. So the whole world's going to see. There's going to be breaking news all over the planet that missiles hit this place, Babylon the Great, America, the United States. So all these news channels around the world, it's going to be breaking news. America has been totally destroyed. Then they're going to see us come down in ships, and like the X-Men, like the Marvel comic superheroes, like Thanos, like Thor, like Kal-El, Superman, and but Thanos is one, Doom is another, and we're gonna come down with what is that, the Juggernaut. We're all gonna come down and like superheroes, and they're gonna try to fight us, and we're just gonna completely destroy. Hey, watch the movie Battlefield Earth. Pretty much that's the story of us taking down Esau. Watch that movie Battlefield Earth. But at the end, the Edomites win, which is not going to happen. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to say shalom. I went a little bit long, but shalom.